horror movies. Mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, terrestrials, to the Quarantine Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're going to be talking 2020's Palm Springs. This movie's free on Hulu, and it stars This movie is Groundhog's Day revamped, revisited. Jerry, what's up, man?
Nothing.
All right, so the plot line is when carefree Niles and reluctant maid of honor Sarah have a chance encounter at a Palm Springs wedding, things get complicated when they find themselves unable to escape the venue, themselves, or each other. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. So, basically, they're in a time loop. It's Groundhog's Day, re-amplified, changed around a little bit.
Yeah. There's a couple of differences. There's more Bill Murrays instead of one Bill Murray. One has been there for a very long time. Time is irrelevant, so therefore you can't say, oh, Andy Spamberger's been in. I don't know what his last name is.
Sandberg.
This is the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Jake Peralta's been there a while.
Yeah, he's been there a while. And he basically is taking the person that just came there, for a ride. He's like, oh, that's not going to work. You can't do that. You're going to wake up tomorrow. See you tomorrow and stuff, And it's a silly comedy. It's a rom-com. This is a rom-com with Groundhog's Day.
And this is something that we don't really typically do here on this channel. And
no, we don't.
So excuse how messy this is, because this is out of our forte.
Huh.
So the time loop in this one is optional. Bill Murray was forced into a time loop. This one you find by accident and or on purpose.
No.
The big thing with this one, though, I really enjoyed this movie. I find Adam Sandler's other Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, funny. I enjoy his style of comedy. I enjoy his quirkiness.
The Lonely Island Boys are great, and this is one of their movies. So. Just like you ever see Hot Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Hot Rod.
No, let's not talk about Hot Rod. Stop trying to get off focus here.
What did you like about it?
I mean, I liked everything from beginning to end, because when I went into the movie, when I go into a movie and there's a movie like it, I don't go, oh, this is just.
Okay.
So I didn't go, oh, this is just Groundhog's Day. Yes, that came into my mind, but I'm able to put that aside and enjoy the movie as a movie that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's all new, story ideas and everything. I can just put it all aside and enjoy the movie for what it is. And I can't do that with music, but I can do it with movies.
Yeah.
So this one, I went into it oh, okay, they're stuck in a time loop. Cool. Yes, that idea's been done. What are they doing differently? Mm-hmm. They're adding more characters to the time loop. They're self-aware of the time loop itself. There's a lot of probably not real science, but there's some science in it. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot more physical fun with the time loop. You meet the main character, Andy Samberg's character, Niles, and you're like, oh, this is he gives that speech saving Sarah at the wedding, and you're like, damn, that's a really good speech. But you realize he's rehearsed it and practiced it 1,000 times because he's stuck in this time loop.
Yeah, and he knows where everybody is on the dance floor.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, of rom-coms. Okay, now when we did our top 5 comedies. You talked about Saving Sarah Marshall. Okay. Now, these are very similar in the rom-com, obviously different in plot, but, you know, there's the low point, there's the build-up to get out, you know, it's like, and this movie does have that same kind of like, okay, our character is, you know, we're going to go with the female character in this movie. I can't remember her damn name.
It's Sarah.
Is it?
In the movie.
Not Sarah Marshall. I'm talking about Palm Springs. Is it?
Right.
Okay.
The character's name is Sarah. I don't know what her real name is.
Oh.
But she's the mother she's How I Met Your Mother's mother. She's Ted Mosby's wife in that movie. You finally end up seeing her in like season 9 or whatever.
So we as the audience are seeing the movie through her eye. So we are put in a situation, we overcome that situation, there becomes a romantic involvement, then there's a drop off, you know, where, spoilers, Andy basically says, oh, I've slept with you like a number of times and stuff, and she gets pissy about it and stuff, and then there's like that moment, and then the moment's resolved when they realize that, you know, I would rather die with you than spend tomorrow in affinity with you not being here and stuff, kind of deal. And then the rom-com. So do you think this works by itself as a rom-com? Like if you were to take the Groundhog Day thing out and you would have watched this movie and it would have been just a wedding movie?
I don't know how it would work without the Groundhog's Day idea, because
okay, let's just say that they've just continuously smoking meth, and then not in a Groundhog's Day thing where it keeps repeating. They just think the day is repeating, but actually they've just been sitting there just hitting the meth pipe like every hour.
Well, that's a different movie completely.
Yeah.
I mean, it could work as a rom-com, but without that element, because that's such a big part of the story. That's the whole thing. Like, that's the whole plot line is the time loop.
Yeah.
So without it, maybe it could have worked. I mean, it was cute enough. Like, it was a cute movie, but bringing that element into it is what really made it work.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody could have written some other element to it to make it work as a rom-com, though.
Yeah. I think that they had this idea to do, you know, because, I mean, keep saying Groundhog's Day, but I mean, a million movies have done this idea and stuff. This repeat idea, you know. But I think they wanted to try to do that, but throw more science in it compared to Groundhog's Day, where Groundhog's Day stuck more to the psychological aspects of it. But I think they wanted to throw in more science, even though it's kind of like, you know, how did Bill Murray get out of the Groundhog's Day movie? The power of love.
And that's ultimately how you got out of this situation as well.
Yes.
But also an explosion.
Explosions, yeah. I was fucking, like, when that happened, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. We need explosions.
And another, well, I mean, I guess I'm not a theoretical physicist, but I guess that would work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know enough to say that doesn't work, so I have to accept that it does work.
Yeah.
The one thing that I was really hopeful for with this movie, there's a point towards the end when they blow each other up out of love, with the power of love in C4, they blow up in the time warp and the screen just goes black. I was like, that is the perfect way to end this movie.
Yeah.
You don't know if it works. You don't know if they get the payoff. Like, you don't know if they're just dead floating in some alternate reality. But then it cuts back and they're all together and you know, somebody else's swimming pool. So, but if they would have ended the movie there, I would have liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
It would have been more fun because it's just like, wait, what? Like, this is over now? Like, because then at that point I would have been like, I want the payoff. I want it wrapped up in a nice little bow and said, here's your present. Like, it's all for you. But you know, whatever.
That's why you get Christopher Nolan to direct these and stuff, where it's like, what's that word? Ambiguous.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my gosh, we'll never know. And like, but would you recommend this movie to other people?
Fuck yeah, I recommended it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I like the movie.
Okay.
It's fun. Like, I like goofy comedies, and I don't hate romantic movies when they're romantic comedies. Mm-hmm. When it's full just like romance, like I have a hard time with that. But the romantic comedy aspect, yeah, I enjoy this movie.
It's like that Christmas bucket of 3 popcorn. You got like the regular, the cheddar, and then the caramel. The caramel, and by the end of Christmas, the cheddar's completely gone, and the butter is like soggy, and nobody touched that caramel stuff because it's in one whole chunk. That's what this movie is. Science, comedy, and romance. And we all just wanted that cheddar cheese popcorn.
But which part is which?
Cheddar cheese would be the Groundhog's Day. Will you watch it again?
Not right away, but eventually I'll watch it again. Mm-hmm. I watched this movie, for those of you watching, I watched this movie about a week and a half ago. And I mentioned it to him, and he's typically not receptive to the movies that I try to get him to watch. This show is somehow our show, but it's mostly what he wants to watch. So I didn't expect him to go, okay, yeah, let's do that. And then when he did, it was like 2 days before filming, so I didn't have time to watch it again. Or else I would have watched it a second time.
I'm the master art of... just a trickster. Like, aha, yes, we will watch this movie. Even though I have gone on Hulu and just be like, any Hulu programming, I'm just like, nope. Especially those Blumhouse horror movies that have come on Hulu. Yeah. I'm just like, no,
but you'll switch going. Right over to Moonlight Pictures and watch the shit out of those.
Oh, yeah. Give me some cheese. Mm-hmm.
All right. Outside, okay, notwithstanding the Groundhog's Day effect, what was there anything that you liked about the movie?
Yeah. I mean, as sappy as it is, the romance story did have a good payoff. There was a payoff, and it's not like the payoff that you thought. They did have an original idea for, you know, a romantic comedy. The writers in the movie really were able to write a solid structure story instead of that same old thing, you know, where, you know, it's like, why do we have to get these 2 actors? Why can't we get Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore again? Or you know, those type of rom-com movies and stuff. It's like, you know, Hulu, what about Hallmark Channel, you know?
All right, this ain't no Hallmark Channel. This ain't that bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically, like, Nightmare on Elm Street is a rom-com.
Sure, why the fuck not?
I mean, Freddie loves Nancy, and, you know, it's just hilarity ensues.
Mm-hmm. Rambo's a rom-com too and stuff.
He loves America.
It's the ultimate rom-com. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, so this has gone off the rails.
Yeah. Start.
All right. I'll give it 3 stars. I mean, the comedy in there is good. The action sequences that come about with Roy and, you know, Niles and Sarah spending time together when they first get in, like, those are all good.
Yeah.
The sci-fi element to the Groundhog's Day storyline is good, so I'll give it 3 stars. I would recommend you watch this, at least give it a try. What about you? What do you got?
I'm gonna give it 2.5.
Okay.
Not my particular.
Keeping in mind that he gave Thanks Fucking Killing 1.5.
Yeah.
So this gets 1 more star than that piece of shit dumpster fire.
1.5 more. Yeah. Not my particular type of like go-to movie. Like I said, I would not have watched this movie if it wasn't been brought up.
Yeah.
But when I was watching it, I didn't hate it. This isn't Halloween Resurrection. I didn't hate it. I did like it. Will I watch it again? Probably under protest. You're not going to get me watch that movie. But yeah, I might watch it. I don't know. Would I tell people to go see it? Yeah, watch it. It's a great movie. I mean, this movie had one of the greatest releases, in my opinion. It had the 2020 COVID where no movies are coming out, and all of a sudden a new movie comes out and everybody's like, oh my god, something new.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to be fair, the reason I found this movie is I had just finished The Last Dance on Netflix, and after watching 10 hours of Michael Jordan and the Bulls, I was like, let me find something that's the furthest away from this. So I hopped on Hulu, and it was on, the main screen. When you click on Hulu, there it was. And I said, fuck it, I like Andy Samberg. And I had seen it a couple other times on there when I'd go to watch the Goldbergs or something like that. And I was like, okay, let me just do it. So I did it. I'm glad I did it because I do enjoy the movie. And so, yeah, there you go.
No.
All right, so that's Palm Springs. Sorry that was a horrible review.
That wasn't horrible. Because Groundhog's Day is a great movie. It's a great movie. I mean, even Tate liked it because it's Tate's copy. We should have watched this. No.